This is the news desk with me, Dari Kalungo. On the news desk, we'll look at the following stories from different parts of Africa: livestock trade flourishing in Somalia, and third leg clip around the world, yacht race set sail in Cape Town. These and many more stories make up the news desk report. This is the news desk. A Zambian economist says that the kwacha will not stabilize anytime soon unless stringent measures are put in place. Dr. Konga Mwamba said that the fall of the kwacha has affected the economy and serious diversification on the economy should be done soon.
The current state of kwacha is a bit depressing. It's depressing because you see the exchange rate has got a lot to do with the inflation rate. Now the increase of the inflation rate within 1, 2, 3 days to over 100% is a bit very depressing. And the natural exchange rate has got a bearing, the inflation rate has got a big bearing on the exchange rate. So, and considering that most of our industries, particularly medium-scale industries, they depend on imported intermediary goods for them to do business, that will create a very big problem on the Zambian manufacturing sector, which will have a bearing again on the overall GDP growth for this year.
He called on the Bank of Zambia to be more proactive in informing the nation on a regular basis on the foreign exchange rate and inflation so that people can make well-informed decisions.
And the Bank of Zambia should be a bit more proactive to be informing the nation. After all, they owe their allegiance to the nation, to the Zambians. They should be informing us on a daily basis what is happening on the exchange rate, what is happening on the inflation rate, so that we are at least kept abreast. This is an important assignment for them, because as we said, all of us who are working for the government, we are public servants, and public servants owe their allegiance to the nation, to the Zambians. So Zambians need to be informed, and they should be a bit more proactive on it.
In a recent development, President Lungu met leaders from the United Mine Workers Union, Zambia Union of Nurses, and the National Union of Miners and Allied Workers, where he said he will continue to engage all stakeholders in the outstanding labor insecurity facing the mining sector. He disclosed that he will be meeting with managements of Mopani copper mines and Luanshya copper mines regarding the laying off of workers and the ongoing standoff by workers on Monday and Tuesday respectively. And President Lungu accused the Mine Workers Union of working against his 2016 re-election bid by decampaigning the PF following the job losses in the sector. He said he has information that some mine union officials are failing to negotiate favorable separation packages for their retrenched members because they want the PF removed from government in 2016. President Lungu said it is the responsibility of the unions to protect the interests of the workers. He said that he met with the CEO of KCM and he assured them that jobs will be safeguarded and that they say they will come back and talk to MUZ and find a way out if the economic challenge. And the Mine Workers Union of Zambia described the meeting between the unions and President Lungu as fruitful. MUZ President Nkole Chishimba said that the position of the union is that job redundancies are prevented. Mr. Chishimba explained that job losses in the mining sector are an industrial issue rather than a political one. He said his union is committed to protecting the jobs of its members. This information came to light during President Lungu's 5-day working visit in the Copper Belt province. Meanwhile, President Lungu said that the PF will win the next election through hard work and without the help of Sangomers. The president said he can't bring Sangomers to State House because Jesus is a Sangoma. President Lungu was reacting to UPND leader Hakainde Hichileme's statement when he accused President Lungu of going to meet Sangomers during his tour in Kitwe. This is the news desk. Coming up next is international news.
as we wait for the master himself to deliver one of his breathtaking recitals. And what a grand entry.
There is a place of idyllic construct. A place as though freshly sprouted. A place personal and for occasion. A place where all may go for ease, for rest, for hospitality. A place to revitalize. A place as though commissioned for all. A place where life is grand.
A word with you, please, Poet Laureate.
My pleasure.
You're known for poetry that speaks the truth. In that piece you just did you have an actual place in mind?
Without a doubt. Best Western Place, Lusaka Grand Hotel.
Breathtaking and thrilling. Visit Livingston City for pure adrenaline and fun. Let its thrills and spills inspire you. Livingston features arguably the best sunset views in the world. Memorable game viewing adventures in the small but well-stocked Mosi Otunya National Park, where you can see the rare white rhino. Experience the best of Zambia's rich culture and history at the Livingston Museum. Or through visual and performing arts, food and folklore at the Bonfire by Night. And to crown them all, the awesome, majestic, mighty Victoria Falls, one of the 7 natural wonders of the world, known in local language as Mosi Otunya, the smoke that thunders. A visit to Livingston is incomplete if it does not include this world-famous icon. Some call it Zambia, but we call it home. One Zambia, one destination, limitless exploring. Zambia, let's explore.
Say goodbye to those messy stacks of telephone bills and say hello to Zamtel's online self-care portal. View your mobile and landline account details, check and print your bills, top up your account, and activate services from the comfort of your home or office. So sign up today and experience the convenience of our online self-care services. Log on to www.selfcare.zamtel.co.zm and sample a new way of life.
Zamtel, live life today.
Asking, why do we have load shedding? Look at this scale. See how it's balanced? Now imagine this represents all of the electricity that we are able to produce in Zambia. Then imagine that this is all the power that is used in Zambia for all the mines, businesses, industries, our homes, and all the new people that are enjoying electricity. Put it on the scale and see, things are not balancing. As a nation, our demand for power is greater than the supply. This is because the nation's economic activity has been surging. More homes, more appliances, more machinery, more commerce, more economic activity, more and more demand. At ZESCO, we have been doing our best to keep up. Millions of dollars have been invested in power generation, and even millions more will be invested to build our capacity to catch up with demand. You can also play your part. When you save electricity, there is more for other users. When you see this sign on your TV set, it means the nation's usage of power is high. As soon as you see this, switch off your unneeded lights and appliances at once. If we all save power and usage is normal, you will see this sign on your TV set. Keep your usage as low as you can. If we do not work together to save power, then this red sign will show on your TV and load shedding will follow, and we will be in the dark. Let's work together to manage load shedding so that we're able to share the power. Remember, power saving is power sharing. Together, we can do it.
In international news, with Somalia currently enjoying improved security, livestock trade is thriving in the Horn of Africa country, with over 1,500 cattle exported last week alone to countries abroad. Africa Today has a story. At the ports in Somalia capital Mogadishu, the sight of herds of cattle being loaded onto ships ready for export is a clear indication of the booming livestock trade in the country. Just last week, over 1,500 cattle were exported along with sheep, goats and camels. A recent report by the Food and Agriculture Organization indicates Somalia exported over 5 million livestock in 2014 to markets in the Gulf of Arabia, the highest number of live animals exported from Somalia in the last 20 years and among the highest world over. This year, we have recorded an increase in livestock exports due to the improving security situation. More people are participating in the rearing and exporting of livestock, which we'll find encouraging. We have already exported 5 ships to Oman, and we intend to export 5 more ships of cattle and sheep to Iraq and the Emirates. The surge in exports includes 4.6 million goats and sheep, 340,000 cattle and 77,000 camels, with an estimated $360 million and contributing 40% to the country's GDP. This boost in livestock exports, owing to improved security, has enabled the country's farmers to conduct business without hindrance. This is coupled with increased demand, especially from the Arab countries, and further supported by a massive rollout of veterinary extension services by the government with the support of international partners. This has greatly improved both the quality and quantity of animals. Somali people are largely pastoralists and depend on livestock for their livelihood. Livestock is not a new thing in this country. The pastoral families now have access to new international markets to sell their livestock. This encourages them to rear more and high-quality animals for export. Somalia maintains an informal economy largely based on livestock, remittance, money transfer companies, and telecommunications. Livestock farming is the largest contributor to Somali livelihoods, with over 65% of the population engaged in the industry, and looks to contribute to the country's GDP. Derek Alongo, Africa Today. As Pope Francis' maiden visit to Africa this November draws closer, Kenya, his first stop, has released the itinerary for the 3 days he will be in East Africa's largest economy. Africa Today has the details. November 25 will be an important day in the history of Kenya, as Pope Francis will jet into the East African country in his maiden tour of the continent. As Catholic faithfuls across Africa remain abuzz over the historic visit by the Catholic Church leader, Kenya has already released the Pope's itinerary during his 3-day visit. As Catholic faithfuls across Africa remain abuzz over the historic visit by the Catholic Church leader, Kenya has already released the Pope's itinerary during his 3-day visit.
Holy Father's message will include a focus on peace, on inclusivity, and religious tolerance. He is also likely to talk to the fight against poverty and about climate change.
Upon his arrival, the Pope will be welcomed by top government officials.
He will be greeted by a Kenyan family and received by senior government officials at the airport, including the President. The Archbishop of Nairobi, John Cardinal Njue, as well as a number of other bishops will be at hand. Nadhani wakati ukifika watakuwa tayari.
Speaking at a joint press briefing at Harambee House in Kenya's capital Nairobi, Bishop Alfred Rotich of the Kenya Conference on Catholic Bishops said Kenyans should use the Pope's visit to reflect on national healing.
Let us take this opportunity to seek a new life and a new beginning in our country, our families, and our places of work.
The Catholic Church in Kenya has an estimated 7.5 million baptized Catholics, accounting for 33% of Christians. Apart from being the head of the Catholic Church, Pope Francis is also the head of the state for the Vatican State, which is a little city-state inside Rome, Italy, that serves as the headquarters of the Catholic Church. The Pope's trip, packed with interreligious encounters and focus on the poor, will begin in Kenya before moving on to Uganda on November 27 to 29. His last stop will be the Central African Republic from November 29 to 30. Dare Kalungu, Africa Today. And South Africa's Cape Town has seen the third leg of the 12-strong Clip Around the World Yacht Race fleet set sail in the 48-45 nautical mile Southern Ocean, crossing to Western Australia. Africa Today has more. The fleet of the yachts paraded out into Table Bay in Cape Town, South Africa, in a colourful departure ceremony from the V&A waterfront as the third leg of the Clip Around the World Yacht Race began. Many sailors see this leg as one of the biggest challenges of the race, with the conditions massively testing the Clipper Race yachts as people will be surfing at more than 25 knots. They prepared to set sail in the 48-45 nautical mile Southern Ocean. The Clip Around the World Yacht Race is the world's longest ocean adventure and is also regarded as one of the toughest endurance challenges on the planet.
It's been very, very hard so far, very tough, especially in the Nubian Desert and the Ethiopian highlands. It's been quite a very, very crazy journey. We have survived every day. Big distances and lots of problems here and there, especially with the heat in the Nubian Desert. Vast country without people, you could easily die in there.
At 40,000 miles and taking almost a year to complete, it consists of 12 teams competing against each other on the world's largest mashed fleet of 70-foot ocean racing yachts.
This actually is a world record attempt. It's never been done before. And we have our sponsors, so far we have to do it for ourselves, for our sponsors, and we have to do it for our future generations. It's an inspiration story and across Africa, something that can connect the Africa and the achievement and the inspirations we need to bring to Africa.
At the start of this race, the yachts passed under the first of the world's great capes, the Cape of Good Hope. Then at the end of the race, they will pass under the second great cape of Leeuwin in Western Australia. Winner of second leg and first on the overall leaderboard is Great Britain.
The other project that we're supporting is World Bicycle Relief, which provides students in Africa with bicycles, which enables them, especially rural students, enables them to get to school. And this means that their attendance goes up and also their grades go up because they're not so tired, given that some of them have to travel 10, 15 kilometers.
Dare Kalungu, Africa Today. This is the news desk. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.
Oh man, not again. Dude, you are killing me back there.
Yeah, you're getting better. I just need more practice.
Let's go back and play one more set.
I can't. I need to register as a voter today. Finally turned 18 and I'm getting my voter's card.
Come on, man. It's not that much of a big deal. Who needs a voter's card anyway?
Dude, without a voter's card, you can't exercise your right to vote. And you have no voice in the election.
So you mean it's basically game over with no voter's card?
Exactly. And if you don't register as a voter, you don't get a chance to be heard.
Let's go together. I want to register too.
Register as a voter during the mobile voter registration exercise, which will take place from the 14th of September to the 11th of November 2015. Voter registration will also be going on at all district council offices. All you need is to be 18 years old by the 31st of July 2016 or older and your Green National Registration Card, NRC. Remember that those who registered in 2005 or later and still have their voters' cards will not be required to register during this exercise. Register to vote. Your voter's card is your power.
This message is brought to you by the Electoral Commission of Zambia, ECZ.